how to build wealth stock free using life insurance. Now, this strategy isn't for everyone, it's for those who have a low tolerance to risk and want their money to go compound interest year by year without market volatility affecting their money. Now, for a brief example, let's follow me real quick. Let's say you have an opportunity to tie some of your money into the market, right? Here's the market right here. Year by year, your money's growing up. Let's say your money's like this. Let's say when your money gets to right here, your money reaches a value of 10,000. Okay, great, yay, hooray. But let's say the market has a down year. In that down year, let's say your money drops to 7,500. You're like, oh, I lost some of my money. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. But then let's say the market goes back up to about right here, and let's say this reaches about 8,000. Okay, you're kind of happy. Your money's going back up. All right, that's cool. But let's say you have a really great year in the market and your money skyrockets. Let's say this goes to about 15,000. Now you're like, yes. So in a span of 4 years, your money went from 10,000 down to 75,000, down to 8,000, back up to 15,000 in the span of 4 years. Great, not bad. A lot of people would be okay with that. But see, the thing is, a lot of this money that people have in the market, there are people that are trading like by themselves and stuff like that with their own money. But there's most people that have 401ks, 403bs, or what it might be, are actually using their retirement money to trade in the market. Now, let's say you wanted to retire, but you want to retire in a specific year. And let's say we were dealing with not just thousands, but hundreds of thousands, which most people, when they want to retire, are actually putting into the 401k. Let's say you were retiring on that down year, right here. This is the age you reach about 67. And let's say you had, when it first started, let's say you had 500,000 in that account. And then on this down year, when you worked so hard and you really wanted to retire, on that down year, guess what happened? It will go all the way down. Instead of 75,000, let's say it goes all the way down to 300,000. You're okay with retiring with 500K in your 401k. But then, because your account went down to 300,000, now you necessarily have to work another 2 to 3 years to get your money back up to a place where you feel comfortable at retiring. For some people, they are okay with that. For others, they're like, no, I'm not okay with that. So, what this strategy is, people like Hugh, who aren't necessarily adverse to risk, but you don't want to take them if you don't have to. So instead of doing this, which is what most people have been told to do, what you can do is you can invest in a cash value producing life insurance policy specifically geared towards your retirement. The reason why you do that is because, yes, you won't be getting 25 to 50%, quote unquote, which some people supposedly say they can get in the market. If that's what you can do, that's what you can do. I'm not going to argue with you. So, but what these policies would do is they will give you a consistent 8 to 15% that you can guarantee and count on in the market. Okay? So you won't be getting those highs, but you also won't be getting all those way lows either. You just get a steady compounding rate of return. Now, for that same strategy, right? At a year where you're going all the way up, okay, it's out of 10,000. But then you had another year, the very next year, where the market goes down a little bit for 75,000. No, you wouldn't be getting 75,000. That wouldn't happen because what these policies are doing are protecting you from market volatility. So instead of being in situations where your 401k, 403b, 457, or SEP is tied into a specific market, it's tied into a policy which is protecting you from that market volatility. You following me? Keep following. So you wouldn't be getting 75,000, excuse me, 7,500 on your money. You'd be getting at least 0.25% back on your money. So if the market completely goes kaput for that year, guess what? Your money stays safe. And if you're banking on that money to retire upon, you can still bank on that money to retire upon because it hasn't gone anywhere. Actually, in a lot of cases, it's gone up at least 0.25 of a percent, while everyone else has that had their 401ks or 403bs or SEPs or 557s or 403bs, whatever retirement strategy that you actually have, whatever one that's tied to the market, they receive the loss. So compare your friend to you who had their money tied to the market when you had your money tied to this. Yes, you won't be getting those really high lows, but you won't be getting those really high highs either. Okay, so how to really build wealth using this? Comparatively to this other market strategy that I was talking to you about just a little bit, where the market goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so let's compare someone having $10,000. That's a nice number to have, right? Let's say this number representing 10,000. Let's say this is the market only. And let's say life plus market account. Okay, so let's say each account has $10,000. Every single year, the account goes up, or excuse me, every single year the market is going up and the market is going down. And the difference that each different account has is drastic in that case. Because guess what? Same thing here. That's what the market is doing, not what your policy is doing, okay? So say 10K is right here. In this account, right? This market, what it's doing right here, is not affected. But in this account right here, the market is affected. So yes, you can get 20, 25% in this account. But because you're getting 25%, that means you're getting 25% on where the market is, not on where your account is. So 25% of 10,000 is a lot different than 25% of 75,000, or even worse, zero. Okay, so yes, you're getting a little bit more, but you're getting a little bit more of what's already been taken, of what's already been less. In this account, you're getting a steady growth of 8 to 15% of what is already there and not what the market is taking. So your 10,000 is always going to remain 10,000 if the market is going down, but your 10,000 will always go up when the market goes up. And consistently, you will be getting 8 to 15% back on your money, whether it's tied to a retirement account or just tied to some type of account that you have for yourself, that you just want to put money in there for yourself. It doesn't matter. So life plus market account or just a market only account. Which one would you choose?